All right, so let's read this little excerpt from the story. I was trying to find a good spot to just kind of read a little something for you guys. And I don't know, this kind of like really hit me as like, man, this is cool. Let's share this because it's lighthearted and it's cool. And it really just shows that like, man, there's so much that happened while I was there. So as the older kids left the compound, I went on a walk in solitude. I take walks to think, pray, and let God speak. I couldn't get Moses' story out of my head, which you'd have to read about that. I was willing to pay school fees and do whatever it takes to get him in the building. All I could do at this current time was pray for him and his situation. I walked down the courtyard and I started to hear music. I walked towards the building and I looked around the corner and I saw a handful of kids singing, dancing, and playing drums. They were outside in the dirt and the concrete walkway was their stage. They saw me walking toward them and they kept on worshiping and banging on those drums. I was loving it. I approached them and they looked at me with uncertainty, and the hesitant looks on their face made me just start dancing like the goofball that I am. I was throwing down some white boy dance moves to their African beats and they were all smiling and laughing. The music paused for laughs and I asked to get on the drums. I did the only beat that I know how. Boom, boom, clap, ba-boom, ba-boom, clap, boom, boom, clap, ba-boom, ba-boom, clap. They looked confused and they chuckled at my lack of drum skills. I got up and let the lead drummer get his hands back where they belong. I then sat in a plastic blue chair and I watched him do a 30-minute worship set in the dirt. They never stopped to talk about which song was next. Every kid had a role in the performance and I was loving my front row seat. The main drummer was so good that I couldn't stop filming him. I have every song that they performed on film. I was vibing in my blue chair, clapping along to the Jesus-filled tunes. I felt a huge sense of gratefulness while listening to their music. They sang with such love and praise in their hearts, even as their clothes had holes in them and their lives were an everyday struggle. That was the number one takeaway from this trip. The joy of the Lord is different out here. Their faith is all that they have. There's no distractions, entertainment, or big businesses here. No corporate ladder to climb, no Amazon Prime, and no Netflix. Just Jesus, morning, noon, and night. They rely on him for everything that they have. God is their provider, as he is for us. We're just blessed to live in a place that was built on freedom, prosperity, and a free market. If we keep letting the government, the bureaucrats, and the big corporations do whatever they want, we will no longer be that way. But that's a conversation for a different book. Cheryl joined me in the plastic chair next to me as we watched the kids sing their hearts out. It was getting late and we took pics with the kids and off we went. We got back to the house, sat on the porch, and sipped on a glass of boxed wine while enjoying the stunning Subi sunset. Another good day in the books. All right, there were so many stories I could choose from. I just wanted to choose this one because I just remember posting about the kids playing the drums, and I just remember there was so much love and feedback on that, and people really enjoyed seeing that. And I'll probably share a little more excerpts on the next few episodes with you guys. I just wanted to go ahead and touch base and give you a little bit of a preview of what to expect in it as far as the way we kind of just share the stories in there. It's very special, and I love that we were able to attach scripture to a lot of it as well, and just really show that the heart of God is out there in such a big way. And that was one of my biggest takeaways from the Africa trip, is like the yin and yang of like, man, their circumstances are so like dire and so like, you know, destitute, but then their joy is so big. It's a weird parallel that I noticed out there. Is like their joy for the Lord is just on fire out there, and they like every time they speak they say praise the living God, you know, before they talk, and it's just so cool. And it just shows that like even though they don't have much, they give God glory for everything that they do have, which is just such a powerful testament. It really shows the heart of the people out there. And there's a big difference out there too between, you know, those that are saved and those that aren't saved. You know, you see a lot of crime, a lot of corruption, a lot of sin out there for the people that don't know God. And, you know, they struggle with the same things we struggle with here as far as greed and as far as like, oh, if I just had money, then I'll be happy kind of way of thinking. And we really broke those barriers when we were out there. That was actually what, when I preached out there on that Sunday at church, that was what my message was about. And it really hit home for a lot of people, and I had a lot of really good feedback and reception after that. When I got off the stage and I started talking to some of the, you know, especially the young teenagers in the room that were in there, you know, this dude named Daniel came up to me and just was like, I never thought about it that way. I always thought this was, you know, my ticket out of happiness, and that wasn't the case, you know. So he really enjoyed that, and I really enjoyed just being able to speak that life and that truth into him. So yeah, man, I just really want to come on here and just really share that, yo, the book is done. You know, like we're in the home stretch. It feels good to be able to like share that with you guys, and just, you know, I know you're excited about purchasing it, and I'm excited about you being able to purchase it and have it in hand. So we're finishing up final touches on it. Hoping to have it out by October. No promises, though, of course.